Hey, good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Jay again. Good morning, Julie Day. Good morning, Chad. Hello. And I think I have everything set up where you can chat in the feed. So if you can, go ahead and write in where you are coming from as people are coming in, and I'm blessing you. Thumbs up or a big yes into the chat if you can see everything I put in there already. Venmo, the Zelly, my following information. If you can't see it, I'll do it again. And I'm hoping that everything that's happening there. You can see good morning. Yes. So good. And you can hear me. So it's a good thing. I started a live event a week ago and there were 400, 500 people there. They're all going, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. And my microphone wasn't plugged in. So, hello there. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everyone. Tina, hello. Good to see you. Blessings. Blessings, everyone. We're going to get going here in a moment. I'm just so grateful to be in this space with you. And it's Church Hall. It's a fun event that's co-sponsored with the Practical Mystics Playground, where I am a practitioner there, and with many other practitioners with many other gifts. And this is some of the work that we are doing here in this space, Practical Mystics Playground. So we have some of our Practical Mystics Playground members coming through here, and then I have my Agape family, and then I have my house music family. So we are one big melting pot, and I'm so grateful for this. So if you don't know me, and I think you all know me, I'm Rev Skip Jennings, and I'm just so blessed and honored to be here in this space with you, especially during this time. This is a very important time for us. And I got a text this morning from Reverend Michael, my teacher, and some of us know Reverend Michael, and he dropped into the space of a text with myself and a few other people saying, stay prayed up, because there are things that are happening out there in the world. So we're here to be prayed up. We're here to connect with each other. We're here to lift the vibration as we're going through these challenging times. And I believe these are the lessons that we're called forth to learn. And as I'm being challenged, I'm also learning how to love. So our topic this month, and we do this every month, this is the second one in a series of 3 for the year. This month we're talking about spiritual activism. Last month it was Who Am I? And this month is going to be about spiritual activism. So I'm grateful that you are here, and blessings. So we're going to start off with a little settling in. I'm going to play this for you, and I just want you to listen to a little bit of this and allow your heart just to be open, and we'll let everyone else continue to come on in. So blessings. So I invite you just to close your eyes and just listen. Just listen.
Things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream piece of it all. I am light.
So it is in this moment I give thanks in absolute gratitude for this gathering of like-minded individuals, those who are coming forth to step into a space of spiritual activism. I'm so grateful for this time, this Zoom, this webinar. I'm so grateful that we have the ability to come together. No matter what the distance or space it may be, we're all one. And with gratitude, I know that the only thing that's happening in this moment is the spirit of the living God. This is what I know. This is what I know, that each and every person that is here is part of this one power, this one presence, this one mind. There is no other. There is no blue side, red side. There is only the side of God. No matter what our eyes see, we know the truth within our hearts that we are one no matter what. So I bless this time, knowing that it is already divine. I step out of the way and I let God have its way in this moment. Spirit have its way. I bless it and I simply say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And so it is. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I'm Rev Skip, and I honor each and every one of you for saying yes. And I don't know about you, but when I listened to that song, I listened to it over and over this morning. I was preparing for this experience, and I just started to weep. I start to weep because what my lying eyes, and I say this very mindfully, my brain, my ego construct wants to tell me that because there is a blue side or a red side, or someone doesn't like me, or there is this thing that's going on we call election, I forget that I'm light. And I believe spiritual activism is to move from that place that we are light. I am light. And what is the purpose of spiritual activism is to remind those that we are light. We are love. I got a text from Reverend Michael today, and it was like, stay prayed up, stay prayed up. There are evidence of Biden supporters that are having their violence against Biden supporters. And I'm not saying that for you to be in fear. I'm saying this for you to be in prayer. I say that even at the time, I was calling for a place of peace and love when we were having our Black Lives Matter demonstrations. And as a member of Black Lives Matter and someone who believes in the movement, I believe that we must move from a place of prayer first. We must be anchored in prayer. We must be anchored in prayer and love. And I said to Reverend Michael, we're going to be on live today. We're going to just anchor in prayer. We're going to anchor in meditation. And then from that space, we get to decide what is mine to do. I'm from the old school. I got to tell you a little bit of history. Some of you guys know the history. Julie Day, my friend, is on here, who is the founder of spiritual Practical Mystics Playground. I told you a story. Some of you guys know the story that my family's from Selma, Alabama. So when John Lewis was marching over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, my family was there. My grandmother was in the church cooking chicken and greens for the marchers. And being a part of this movement, I was born in Alabama. And being a part of this, we've always heard the story of Bloody Sunday. And activism has always been in my blood. My mother was one of the students that started the bus boycott at Alabama State University, where the students got the message out there would be a bus boycott. They did all the flyers and they got the information to everyone. Let's get marching, y'all. This is what we're going to do. And I do remember these stories of my mother telling me and my grandmother telling me and my aunties and uncles telling me. It was always a sense of nonviolence. It was all about love. We marched because we were anchored in God. We marched because we were anchored in love. We marched because we wanted to bring equality, not revenge, equality. That's what the march was all about. So I now take this energy that I'm using now as a spiritual activist myself. Where am I moving from? And I ask you the same thing. Where are you moving from? Where are you moving from? Is it from a place of reaction? Is it from a place of fear, doubt, and worry? And I got to say, as I'm seeing the reports of what's happening, I had a bit of fear. I have a Black Lives Matter sticker on the back of my car. I wear this very proudly because I believe this is the movement that I've said yes to. But I must move from a place that I am secure and I am really anchored in love. So that means my prayer, meditation, gratitude. These are all the things that remind me that I'm connected to something greater than a conflict, greater than an election, greater than all the things that are happening in this human incarnation. I'm anchored to spirit. So I invite you to be open to the idea that we're going to move from love to create more love. And that's the idea of spiritual activism. But let's break it down. Spiritual journey is really knowing that we are more than this human incarnation, that we are innately connected to spirit. Our journey is to uncover that. The reason why we sit down and we meditate or we pray or we do gratitude or fellowship is to wake up. And we must continue to wake up. It is a practice. This is why it is a practice. So we continue to wake up. Activism is to right a wrong. And sometimes activism can look very intense. It's very passionate. I believe a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing now from this anger, especially when the Black Lives Matter movement started, it's out of reaction to what we've seen for generations and generations and lifetimes. And it kept going on and building up, and it called forth this reactionary energy. And I believe that is so valid. I believe that we have to have that energy, but then there must be a place where we need to drop into spirit. I believe that as I am preparing, and I don't know if we are, I believe whoever wins, Biden or Trump or whatever, this is not the end of our struggle. It is the beginning of a movement. So we keep moving, we keep marching. And while I am in the middle of a protest, my work as a minister is to stand in prayer and pray. And I said this on the podcast the other day with Julie Day, I can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. I can be here. What do we want? What do we want? We want justice. When do we want it? Now. And on this side going, God is all that there is. We're all one, no matter what side. So I can do both. So we take spiritual journey and we bring it together with activism, spiritual activism. One of the things I've been called to do is I accepted that idea of the separation of church and state, which is absolutely a lie. There is no separation of church and state, but somewhere in my own subconscious, I accepted it. So going back into this place of me saying I'm a spiritual activist, I went and started to really look at all the activists that spoke to me. And every activist that spoke to me began their movement from a spiritual community. John Lewis, Martin Luther King, Ebenezer Baptist Church. That's where they did the work. It was church folks that were moving. Gandhi, he was a teacher. Gandhi was a Jain. He was a Hindu. He knew his work. So Gloria Steinem, before she started the women's movement, the equal rights movement, she hung out with Gandhi. And then we have, Gandhi, which I believe the nonviolence is where we're moving to. I believe that if we study the practices, he was steeped in spiritual principle. Howard Thurman, one of our greatest New Thought teachers and writers, man, he was a civil rights activist. So that idea that we must separate church and state, it's not true. So I'm moving forth from my spiritual practice. So I'm reading a great book, and I tried to drop it in there, but I'm going to email everyone this list I have there of books that I'm reading. And one of the books I'm reading right now is, I'm going to show you How to Be Anti-Racist. This is an incredible book. And Ibram X. Kendi talks about his spiritual connection. It's all a lot of spirituality in this. The other book I'm reading is White Fragility. And the other book that I'm reading right now, I'm just starting, is My Grandmother's Hands. I'm going to send everyone in an email later on the video of this and also the books. But everything I'm reading in there is touching into my spirit. It's touching into my spirit, and it's allowing me to move from a loving space. So I'm grateful for that. So in Ibram's book, in Ibram X. Kendi's book, it said the opposite of racist is not I'm not racist. It's anti-racist. And that's the difference. So last night, a very, very good friend of mine I've known for years, and my heart I'm still having feels around this. She lives in Arizona, and I was just checking in on her because we hadn't talked in a while. I was like, hey, how are you? I see Arizona, 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 and your mind, you come up into my consciousness. And she's like, she took a while to call back, and I went, something's up with this. And I said, is everything okay? She says, yeah, I don't know how to share this with you. And I knew what she was going to say. And she said, I just don't know how to tell you, but I voted for Trump. And I went, okay, well, I'm not going to judge you for that because I want to hold space on that. And she says, well, I just need to tell you why. And she said, well, I'm not a racist, and I don't believe in the racist things he says, but I voted because of my pocketbook. And when that went down, I remember in this book what Ibram says that you cannot separate racism and poverty. You cannot separate racism and homophobia. You can't separate the two because they have interchange. So these racist ideas and these ideas that we're hearing out there, if we can simply say, I'm not a racist, or I'm not a sexist, or I'm not homophobic, or I'm not transphobic, it is not enough. If we allow the neutrality to continue on, or just to be neutral, we allow the racist, the sexist, the homophobic ideas to push forward. But we have to be okay with stepping up to the plate and doing the work and doing the movement, having anti-racist ideas. And I believe this is the movement. One of the greatest spiritual activists was Jesus the Christ. Jesus the Christ. And Jesus the Christ walked into the temple and turned over the tax tables. And he says, not in my Father's house. He was a radical lover. He fed those who did not have food. He loved up to the point where he was crucified, where he was executed. So if that's not radical love, I don't know what is. We're called to remember that. We're called to be anchored in that. And today, it's okay for you to say, I don't know what to do. It's okay for you to say, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I know I want to do something. I don't know what to do. We're going to talk about that. So we have this conversation with some of our other ministers, and some are on here, and God bless and thank you, my ministers, friends, and practitioners. So we've been really discussing about race, and I had a conversation with another practitioner, minister, and we were talking about the neutrality of God or spirit. And I believe spirit is neutral. God is neutral. It's going to work no matter what. I truly believe that. But what I believe is these qualities that we talk about, love, joy, peace, compassion, oneness, grace, power, is not neutral. Those are in the polar opposite of what we're seeing now, of what we're being separated by. So these actions that we're taking forth as an anti-racist, as an anti-homophobe, as an anti-sexist, these are not neutral, but we can use that neutral power. We can use God to move forward. So I want to give you 4 steps, and we're going to do a practice today. We're going to do a little bit of sound bath, then we're going to go into a guided meditation as well, and then we're going to open up for a little chat and where we can share with each other. I'm going to give you 4 steps we take on. Step number 1. We must recognize the dis-ease in our human incarnation. There is a dis-ease that's happening now. There is this energy of, I want to gain power so I can control you, so I can tell you how to live your life. That's a dis-ease. There is a dis-ease of capitalism, where capitalism says, I'm going to get mine. If you don't get yours, sorry. There is this dis-ease in healthcare. There's this dis-ease that not everyone is able to take care of their body during a pandemic. There is a dis-ease in wealth. The 1% is the 1% for a reason. There is a dis-ease. So we recognize it and we say, step 2, I'm in agreement that I can do something. And again, you might say, I don't know what to do. That's cool. But you can be in agreement that I can do something. And what that looks like, I don't know. But we're going to do a meditation, maybe that will cultivate it and you'll be able to find out. You know, Audre Lorde says this, and this is a famous quote. I've been really studying this famous quote. Audre Lorde says this: we see indifferences and we act in one of three ways. So the differences, the racial differences, this is how we interact one of three ways. We look at it and we ignore it. If it's not possible to ignore it, we mimic it because we believe it's dominant. And then we crush it, or we get rid of it if we think it's subpar, subordinate. So you're either going to ignore it, or you're going to act in it, or you're going to not. So one of the things that we get to do is we get to know, how do we shift our consciousness? Because that's where it's all going to happen. We're going to shift from a place of consciousness. How do we do that? That's step number 3. We have to shift our consciousness. Audre Lorde says this is the only way that we're going to be able to really make changes, a shift in our thinking, in our conscious awareness. And this is what I bring forth for conscious awareness shift: prayer. I believe if we speak the words that we want, we will see it manifested. And this is affirmative prayer that I use all the time. Meditation. Meditation helps me and helps us to get quiet so we can hear, so we may listen. Yoga. Yoga is the greatest, for me, physical movement that allows us to remember our connection of mind, body with our spirit. And that, what we learn on the mat, will translate and teach off the mat. I believe yoga is one of those things that we can do, not to deal with our trauma, but to absolutely elevate this energy, that we can shift, that we can do something. The simple breath, breathing. Breathing is key. So I'm watching the returns like everyone else, and I'm knowing I have a balance. I have indications where I feel stuff coming up. I feel sweat going down my back. I feel this energy, and I'm going, okay, time to turn it off. I know where this is heading. And then I will go into just simple breath, breathe. No matter what, whatever happens through this election, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Self-care. Shifting our conscious means that when we're feeling a disease, we must have self-care. Drinking your water, breathing, having a massage, stretching when we're feeling energy in the body. We must take care of ourselves. Shutting off the news, even that we're really invested in what's going to happen. We're like, we got to shut that off. We can't do this 24 hours, or it's going to affect the way we feel. Self-care. And then put on some comedy, laugh, have fun, do something with self-care. The practice of service, serving others, helps us to be in self-care. Because if there's only one of us here, who are we really serving? Self-care. We have to learn to refill our cup. Because I believe in the last 4 years, I was talking to a client of mine, she says, I've been depressed for the last 4 years. I think we have all been depressed for the last 4 years. We've had these moments of wow, but it came to head to 2020. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to fill my cup up fully again. How are you filling your cup up? And in your line right there, I want you to write in, how are you filling up? How are you filling yourself up? What are you doing for self-care? And make sure you share to the panelists and the attendees so you can click on that. And I want to hear from you. How are you filling up? What are you doing? What are your practices of self-care? And then the last one is 4. This is the big one. We have to do something. We can't just recognize and agree that we can do something and start shifting the consciousness and not get into action. I love that old saying, Reverend Cheryl, you know the old saying that you say, we got to treat and move our feet. I truly believe this is the time that we start to treat first. We do the work to really up-level our consciousness and our vibration, and then we get into action. And not everyone's going to be on the front. I'm going to call all the front lines. And I've been saying the front lines. I'm going, no, I'm going to requalify this, because any action that you're doing against racism and sexism and homophobia is the front line. And whenever you do something, what Brene Brown says, you're in the arena. So you're going to get darts. Myself and Monks Online right now, we get darts all the time for the work that we do. We do Two Black Authors is something that we come together and we want to share our experience as Black men in America. And we get the darts. We get it. I was with Reverend Wendy the other day on IG talking about the election and my feelings. And we have people bombing us in the middle of our IG conversation. We get the darts. You will get the darts, but it's okay, because you're anchored in prayer, not in fear. You're anchored in meditation, not in doubt. You're anchored in love, not in fear. You're anchored in a power greater than all this. And then you can move with authority. You can move with the power. You can move with life. You can move that I have a mission. This is my purpose. One of the things I got to share with my dear sister, Julie, is that I found my purpose. I went into ministerial school for over 10 years saying, oh, my work is going to be mind, body, spirit, yoga. Let's touch God with our bodies. And that's still a major part of it. This is not what I'm not leaving that focus, but my reasoning, my purpose for being a minister in this time has been to bring on equality. I'm not here to tell you that Black lives matter more than yours, but I'm here to say lives matter. I don't want to use that term, all lives matter, because I think that's a bypass. But what I'm saying is we're looking for equality. In this conversation with my friend that's in Arizona, and she brought that whole thing that I've heard many times. Well, she goes, well, look at you. You worked so hard. You went to school. You're a minister. You didn't give up. You worked so hard. And I went, stop right there. The starting place for more people of color is not the same starting place of non-people of color. We want equal rights, equal energy to start this race. This is what we're calling forth. So in the space of we must do something, it could be anything. Post on your Facebook pages or your Instagram, or send that email or whatever to Uncle Jojo. And you know we have Uncle Jojo, and get ready for Thanksgiving. Uncle Jojo is that uncle that drinks way too much and it comes out. And you're going, what? What, Uncle Jojo? And you know we've heard it before. We have to be willing to be disinvited to next year's Thanksgiving because we're going to stand up and make the statement. We have to be willing to not be invited to Christmas because we're making a statement. I'm not telling you this is your move, but I'm saying that you could do something. And then some of us are asking, everyone has an Uncle Jojo, you know, Uncle Jojo for real, seriously. So, and not everyone is called to be out on the streets in the middle of a protest. I work with the Black Community Healing Forum with Aisha Mason, and we went into a Black Lives Matter event and we did Healing Forum. So I work in another space. We all have something to do, but it starts with uncovering the trauma, because we are really dealing with some trauma, all of us, not just Black people, it's everybody. It is a universal trauma that we're dealing with. Uncover it. And then we are able to now deal with it, talk about it, have conversations. So before we go into the practice, I want to leave you with this acronym that I use quite a bit, CARES. CARES is an acronym I use in developing my way of, I train and help people through this acronym that I created. Its acronym CARES stands for C, connection, action, R is remember, is empowerment, and S is self-love. And as we're moving through this time, as we're moving through this election time, we must remember, connect with spirit. There is action for us to step up into. Remember love and why we're doing it for love. We are empowered. We're empowered with spirit. We are empowered. And as we're going through this process, remember to love yourself, self-love, breathe, have a balance. One of my clients is very involved in Black Lives Matter, and every time we sit down, it's like, I'm tired, help me. So our work sometimes is just sitting and meditating and breathing. And she walked out going, wow, I needed that. So every week she comes on, it's about filling herself back up so she can continue to do the work. So, all right, let's do some processing. Let's really allow ourselves to get into a space where we can open up and really activate what is mine to do. We're going to do a couple of movements in spirit, and then we're going to open up the chat and allow everyone to really share, and not just in the chat, but also right here online as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you just to sit down and see me behind me, because I use these crystal bowls all the time. And these are my crystal bowls that I'm using today. I'm using one that is about the solar plexus, and that is the heat of transformation. The solar plexus is a heating area. It's our vitality and energy, that we need. Then the other one I'm bringing forth today, it is our throat chakra. And this is a tone for the throat chakra, or excuse me, I misspoke. It is the third eye, intuition. So the intuition is open to what I am here to do. What am I here to do? So we're going to listen to the activation of energy to do something, and then we're going to open up the mind of what is mine to do. We all have divine intuition within us. So this is going to allow us to begin to open up a space. So get comfortable, breathe. I just invite you just to be in the space. Breathe in. That is the activation of our solar plexus chakra. Breathe in sound. Allow the tone just to vibrate within you. Allow that energy. Breathe it in. Your third eye is open. Your third eye is clear. You know what is called for you to do. Let's take a holy breath right here. Let's allow ourselves just to resonate with the sound. Allow us just to resonate with the sound. And as we continue to resonate, we begin to open ourselves up to this isochronic sound. It's 5 chords created by another sound bath facilitator, Sonic Yogi. And I thank him for sharing this with me. The 5 sounds, or the 5 chords that we're hearing, activates within our heart. It opens up the space for us to cultivate divine ideas. I invite you just to listen, breathe. Go within yourself where the sounds live. We are just activating what is already within us, what is us. We are singing these sounds. We are living these sounds. We are these sounds. We have created a space to cultivate an idea of spiritual activism. What is spiritual activism for you? What is it? How do you define activism? In this time, we are cultivating what is mine to do, knowing who and what we are. We are love. Therefore, we are here to cultivate and spread and energize this planet with love. We are righteous, which means right action. We are righteous in spirit. We are compassion. We are here to show compassion. Well, we are oneness. There is no distance between you and I. The one power, the one presence, the one mind, right here and now. So what is mine to do? I can do something. What is mine to do? I can do something. What is my purpose in this time? In this time of the dis-ease, what is my purpose? How am I to show more love, more compassion, more joy? How am I to speak up? What is mine to do? What areas in my life am I willing to release so I may step fully into my spiritual activism What thoughts, actions, beliefs am I ready to lay it at the altar of consciousness? What am I willing to release, let go of, set fire to, transmute it, however you see it happening? What are we letting go of? So we may become our activism. And Spirit, reveal to us what we are not seeing here. Reveal beyond our lying eyes, this ego construct that we can see beyond. Show us truth. What else do we not know? Continue to breathe. Continue to remember. Continue to feel. Continue. I invite us to slowly begin to bring ourselves back into the space that you're in. And we get to remember we are truly bliss. These are the times of remembering. And as we remember, I just give thanks for this time that we spent together as we move into our sharing time, our fellowship. I give thanks. I give thanks for the time to stop and remember. I give thanks. And so it is. Amen. So this is our time that we love to share. I love to share with you. I want you to, Julie has her hand raised already. If you don't know how to raise your hand, I'm going to guide you through this. And this is how we raise our hand. If you click on where it says participants, and you can see there's a button at the very bottom that says raise my hand. And so raise your hand, and I'm going to invite each person to unmute, and we begin our time of fellowship and sharing. So come on, Julie, here we go. Hello.
Hi, Skip. Hi, Rev Skip. Hi, everyone.
I'm going to stop. Hold on just for a second. I need to stop this because it's still sharing. There we go. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this. I raised my hand quickly because I feel like you dropped me into such a deep, deep space of meditation that I'm actually going to pop off and keep meditating.
Okay.
But this was so powerful, and I want to put in a request to have this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Julie, keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
I said I'm going to put in my request for you to do this every week because it was.
You know, it's so funny because I do this on Inside Timer every week in a different capacity, but I see as a minister, Reverend Cheryl is probably going to say, you go, boy, because Reverend Cheryl just sees, he goes, you know, we don't wait to make something happen or wait for a church to show up. And this, I'm finding this is my community. So can we talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it more.
And how that would look, because I am yes. I'm a big yes. I'm not sure. So you just called forth what is mine to do is to continue anchoring space in this. Thank you, my sister. I love you.
I love you
so much.
Thank you, everyone, for being
so much.
here.
And we'll see you. Keep meditating. Keep holding us. Blessings.
I will. Blessings.
And I saw did Joe have his hand up? Or Reverend Cheryl's there. Let's see. I'm going to bring in Joe. Go ahead and raise your hand. I'm going to bring in Reverend Cheryl right now. This is my teacher, everyone, Reverend Cheryl Ward. It's my teacher.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I don't know why I'm not showing up. I don't see my face.
We cut off the video just in case that people got up in the morning. They're in their bathrobes.
Oh,
and so
what a wonderful idea.
It's okay.
I'm not in my church clothes.
Okay.
Or my teaching clothes. Listen, first of all, let me just say thank you so very much for that reminder, because I had a lot of things going on. And so I zoomed right in, using that word, to make sure that I connected. And I too felt you took us to such a beautiful space with the playing, the sound bath that you gave us, and the music. Everything was taking me to a place where I wanted to just go deeper, and be there and be with it, because I felt it was speaking to my heart and to my soul, just as you were. And so I think we need both things. I love the energy around spiritual activism, because we don't want to be spiritually dead. What good is that? We want to be active, awake, aware, alive. That's what life is.
Yes.
And another aspect of that being awake, aware, and alive is to really fill our soul with the beautiful nutrients that you give us, that lift us, expand our awareness, expand the possibilities, so that we really become available. As Reverend Michael likes to say, more good, and I say more spirit moving through us, and the synchronicities just burst out all over of what is ours to do. They will never escape us, be denied of us, our knowledge, our awareness. They will always come and find us when we are open to it, to the and available to what is ours to do.
Yes.
That's all I want to say to them. I'm so proud of you.
Cheryl, I just want to tell everyone how much a inspiration Reverend Cheryl is in my life. And I've been on this journey with Reverend Cheryl for over 15 years as teacher, student, and fellow minister now. And she's still my teacher, and we still get to facilitate together and words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Reverend Cheryl. Love you.
Love you
so much.
Keep doing what you're doing, and keep me there with you.
I will indeed. I will indeed. Thank you, Rev. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, babe.
Blessings.
Okay. Bless.
I saw Joe, you had your hand up. I'm going to call on you because Joe, I'm going to allow you to speak because I saw that you had your hand up. So, oops, that's the wrong person. Let me see, Joe. I'm going to allow you to talk, Joe, there. Can you hear me, Joe? Let me see if I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you speak up a little louder?
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Skip. It's always a pleasure, everything that you provide, especially during these times.
Joe, can you speak up just a little bit louder?
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me
Jay,
turn off.
I'm calling you Joe because I see Joseph here. I know you as Jay.
My real name's Joseph. Everyone does that.
But I call you Jay. I don't know why I'm calling you Joe today.
Skip, thank you so much. Especially, I think we can all kind of agree during these times that it's hard to stay balanced and stay present with ourselves and have that activism, because there's just a lot going on, and I want to thank you so much for providing that space and just allowing me to balance myself out and understand the true light inside of us, and showing the importance of love and compassion and all the things that I hold virtuous. So thank you so much.
You're so welcome, my brother. And I love when we connect in other spaces, and whenever I'm connecting with you, through music or house music or hanging out together, it is all about love. It has always been about love. And I believe that one day we'll be back dancing again soon, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
But until then, we keep the dance of life within our soul. So I bless you, my brother. Thank you for being a part of this today. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, brother.
Namaste.
Namaste. Please raise your hand. If you want to jump in and share, this is our time. And I see that, let me see. Monk, are you still online there? Monk, are you still online?
Yes, I'm here.
You come on in, because you always have words of wisdom. So can you speak a little words of wisdom in this space, please, brother?
Well, I don't know. Maybe my wisdom might be different from your wisdom. I don't know.
Well, there's only one wisdom, brother. I love you, man.
There's levels to wisdom, I think. So
yes,
I heard your note. I heard my phone go off this morning, and I said, I'm just gonna ignore that, right? So no, not because it was you, because I didn't know who it was. But then I let me go ahead and check, and then I did, and I was like, okay, let me get on here real quick. And the last few days, I kind of been feeling a certain kind of way, and I don't know why, and I don't think really it's because of the election. It's just the collective energy on the planet, I think, is having an effect on me.
Yes.
I feel like I can't speak the way I want to speak, express myself the way I want to express myself. It just doesn't feel right. Like most of the time I feel like everything just feels right. And then for the last few days, it hasn't been feeling like that. So when that song came on, when I got onto the call and that song came on, my heart space just opened wide up. Mm-hmm. Every time I hear that song, it's a reminder of who I am, and it helps me to realize who I am.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard that song, I was like, this is what I needed right here.
Yes.
I needed a reminder in the midst of all this madness, mm-hmm. of who I am.
Yeah.
It instantly changed the way I felt. It instantly made me lighter. And I appreciate you doing this morning, because it changed my whole trajectory of what I want to do today. Right. Today, I was like, what am I going to do? I already had plans on going out to nature, because I was feeling like I said, I was feeling a certain type of way. So I wanted to go out and ground and get in nature and do that. I always felt like I wanted to do that. But now it just made me remember what I'm here to do and remember who I am. So I really, really appreciate you. And I knew you was going to call on me, even if I was going to be quiet in this group.
I got to tell you that because of the work we get to do together. And we've been in very close contact the last few days, because I too have been feeling less than. It is just the messages that we're seeing. It was such into my body, feeling not safe, feeling like, I can't wear this sweatshirt out there. And Spirit saying, yes, you can. And I realized, and I woke up out of a dream singing or hearing India Arie in my spirit. I went, oh, okay, I get it. And time I put that on this morning, I started weeping, because I'd forgotten I've forgotten, with all the craziness that we've talked about, this energy that's on the planet. When you look at it, you go, oh my goodness, does half of the world does not think that I'm worth this? And it was just a deep reminder. So thank you so much. And the truth is that we are here to up-level our consciousness. So any work that we do is great work. Thank you, my brother. I love you so much.
Love you too, brother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Peace.
I, you know, she's going to probably get me for doing this, but I just want Reverend Cynthia, can you say something, please? Because I love you so much. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
I love you. Can you say something into the space, my fellow student, my friend, my teacher, Reverend Cynthia?
I love that you're putting yourself out there. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to be the light, to be the example, to stand for unity and healing during this time when the popular position is one of divide.
Yes.
I love that you can see through the separateness, and that you're preaching this truth, right? Because ultimately, no matter what political stance anybody takes, the truth about our being is that we are light.
Yes.
That's unchanging. That's an eternal fact. That is a spiritual principle.
Yes.
And so you're holding the space for everyone to remember that. And it is through the creation of this space that humanity can step into remembering the truth about who they are.
Yes.
This is how we create a world that works for everyone.
Yes.
This is how we create equality. This is how we help each other to remember that love is the balm that heals the truth about each one of us. So I'm so grateful that you're creating this energetic space for us. It's sacred, it's holy. You're doing the work that you came to do courageously and powerfully.
Thank you, and blessings. And I do want to say it's, you know, you've been my teacher for a while through this 2020. And thank you for guiding me and allowing me to open up that space beyond what we always talk about, the lying eyes, the ego construct. And there is this place that you have guided me into to remember. So I honor you. Thank you, Reverend Cynthia. Thank you so much for your words. I love you.
Love you too.
So I'm going to ask, is there anyone else that would like to share into the space? I'm going to ask you to go ahead and raise your hand, and because I don't want anyone not to have the opportunity to share. And oh, there we go. Isabel, hello there. Hi, I'm going to allow you to talk. Come on into the space. Speak the word. There you go. Can you get that?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, hi.
Hi, thank you so much for hosting this. And I just want to echo what the other people said of just how powerful this is. And remember is such a word that describes what you offered today, of just helping us remember our soul's calling, and the music, just tuning it. I mean, like just a tuning and helping to kind of dissolve all the obstacles, or all the illusions of obstacles that I usually have to feel into that. And it just provided such a great opportunity to also dissolve a lot of the fears of like unknown, of, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that and how I'm going to do this. And you just created a container of love that was like, just be here and feel it. Like, let it go. And you just creating such a space to step into spirit is such a blessing. So I just wanted to thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm grateful that you could be a part of this. So grateful. And knowing that, here's another thing that came to mind as you were speaking, we're not alone in this. We're not alone. And as we allow ourselves to remember that and create the space, we will move with authority because we're not alone. So I bless you and I thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everyone, this is our time that we have allotted. If there's any burning desires, I'm just going to ask you to please raise your hand right now. I don't want anyone not to be able to, but I honor you and I honor this space. And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to do this. And thank you. Thank you so much. And in the chat again, I'm going to just place that in there. I'm hoping it's going to come up, where you can contact me, you can follow me, you can join Practical Mystics Playground if you choose, to another spiritual community where there's many practitioners there that are playing. If this elevated you anyway, I invite you to donate to help me to continue to do my work. And I really appreciate it. My PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle is up in there. So go ahead and participate in the law of gratitude and gracious giving if you choose to. And I'm going to send out an email, follow-up email with the link for you to download this webinar, and you'll be able to play it at your own time. You can download the video or you can download just the audio. And I've been listening a lot of the video as audio, and it's just, I do it when I work out or in a podcast, so you can do that. And also the books that I recommended will be into that letter as well. So I invite all of us to continue to do this work. Next month, we're going to be talking about how can I serve. So that's going to be the first Saturday of December. Oh my goodness. So we're all also going to be in this place of, it's the end of the cycle time, and we're going to move into something new. So next month, December, I think it's the 5th, I'm not sure, but it's the same time, first Saturday, and we're going to carry this on, and we're going to be getting another series in January, always the first Saturday so far. And Julie's saying, can we do this like a weekly? And I'm saying yes to that. So please look out on the socials and follow me at skipjennings.com and go to my newsletter. And to sign up for the newsletter so you can get all the information I'm doing. I send out a weekly newsletter, and you can follow all the great things that God is doing as me. So thank you so much. Peace and blessings, everyone, and so much love for you. And I am honored to be here and grateful that I can walk this journey with you. Until next time we meet, God bless. Peace and blessings.